Welcome to the Java class. Today we will discuss that is how to input the values from the keyboard with help of the scanner class. To read the input that the user has entered to the console, Java use the Java class scanner. You will have to use an import statement to access the class java.util.scanner. Okay, for reading the input from the keyboard, we have to use the scanner class, and the scanner class is available in the package that is util. Okay, we need to import the package that is util package. Here the scanner class is available. Here we need to import the statement that is import the statement or package, import the package that is java.util.scanner. Okay, to initialize a scanner, just create a object in for a scanner class and new scanner in bracket. Just pass the system dot in as a parameter. Here system is a class and object in is a object of a system class. Why we need the system class? Okay, system class will read the data from the keyboard and it will store in the buffer memory. Okay, whatever you read from the keyboard, that will be the character, and the role of the system class is just read the content or take the inputs from the keyboard and it will store it into buffer memory. Here so in canvas class there are a variety of methods with in terms of the data types to expect the different data type from the console is. To read the single string value, we need to use the next method. To read the single string value. With help of the next method, can read the single string value. In next is to read the line of text, we need to use the next line method. Okay. Next, to read the next integer, we need to use next integer method, next int method. Next, to read the next double, we need to use next double method. Okay, so here in is a object and next is a method. The next method read the content from the buffer memory and it will store it into the text input variable. Same case in next line. Read the content, the value from the buffer memory and it will store it into multi-text input variable type string. Next int method will read the integer data from the buffer memory and it will store it into num value. Next is next double method. It will read the content from the buffer memory and it will store it into double. Okay, so here I will repeat once again this scanner. I am passing the system class and object to a scanner object. I am passing the parameter system class as a parameter to a scanner constructor. The role of the system is it will take the data from the keyboard and it will store it into buffer memory. Okay. So example we will discuss. First we will discuss the example, that is create a class named input variable, create a class that is named the input variable, create a scanner object named in, create a one scanner object that is named is the in, and create initialize variable for each primitive data type. Okay, here see here, just create the variables, initialize variable, just initialize the variable and whatever the read from the buffer that will be stored in the variables. Just initialize the variables. Okay, so this is the example for the scanner. So this is package. We need to import the package that is java.util.scanner because the scanner class is available in this package. Next, the public class input variable opening this. Here the class input variable which has public. Inside the input variable we have here main method, public class, public static void main string args, and create a object in of scanner class. New scanner, just call the constructor and pass the system as a parameter, system class as a parameter with the object in. Okay, the role of the system class is just it will take the input from the keyboard and it will store it into buffer memory. Okay, so these variables I have declared. The first one is boolean, that is boolean. Second one is byte type of data, that is byte val. Next is character of char val, and next is short data type of variable short val. Next is integer variable, that is int val. Next is long variable, that is long value. Next is float variable, that is float value, and next is double value, that is double value. Okay. Okay. First, what we will do is prompt for read in value for each variable using the scanner class. Use a print statement to create the prompt that return the following. Please enter a boolean, means just print the message, that is print please enter a boolean value. Okay. Display the values for each variable that we entered in console by using the print line statement. Just whatever you read through the keyboard, just that will be stored in the variable. Okay. And finally close the scanner class when you no longer need it. Just close the scanner class once you are done with the scanner. Okay. Here the just print a message, that is please enter the boolean value. After that, whatever you read from the keyboard, that true or false, that will be stored in the variable value. Okay, so this is the simple program, that is scanner class. Here please enter the boolean value, print a message, that is please enter boolean value. So with help of the we are expecting the boolean value, so we need to use method, that is next boolean. Okay, whatever you read through the keyboard, that will be stored in the variable full value. Okay, here first what we will do is the system class will take the input from the keyboard and it will store it into buffer memory. So what is the role of here next boolean? Okay, next boolean what we will do is it will take from the buffer memory the data, it will take the data from the buffer memory and it will store it into bool value variable. Next statement is please enter the byte value. Next, in the same case, next byte value, take the value from the buffer memory and it will store it into byte value variable. Next, system.out.println, please enter a character value. Same. The next will take the characters from the buffer memory from the index 0 and it will store it into char value. Next statement is please enter a short value, and next please enter a short value. The system class will take the value from the keyboard and it will store it into buffer memory. And what is the role of the next short here? Next short will go take the value from the buffer memory and it will store it into short value variable. Next, system.out.print, please enter the int value. Here next int method will take the value from the buffer memory and it will store it into int value variable. Okay. The next system.out.print, please enter the long value. Next long method will take the value from the buffer memory and it will store it into long value. Next, system.out.print, please enter a float value. The next float method will take the value from the buffer memory and it will store it into float value. Next is please enter the double value. The next double method will take the value from the buffer memory and it will store it into double value. Okay, so this is example for the scanner class, how to take the value from the keyboard. Okay, so here the role of the system.in is the system will take the input from the keyboard and it will store it into buffer memory, and the next int or methods from the scanner class, the methods will take the value from the buffer and it will store it into variable. Okay, so this is about the string. In next video I will execute the same program, that is scanner class program. Okay, so before that I will discuss some I will discuss once again about the scanner class. Okay, here how to create the scanner class. Just first you need to import the package, that is java.import java.util scanner, because scanner class is available in this package, that is util package. Create the object for the scanner class, that is in, and for the for the constructor scanner constructor, just pass system.in as a parameter. Why? Because the the role of the system is take the input from the keyboard and it will store it into proper memory. Okay, so this is what the scanner class. Stay home. Thanks for the watching. Stay home. Stay safe.